Okay, we're back live again. Welcome back, U.S. Virgin Islands Chess, USVI International, and those in the U.S. Virgin Islands Chess Federation at home and abroad, those who are on the ISV national team, those who went to the Olympiad this year. Guys, it's your host, Colin Heim, educator and instructor out in the St. Croix territory, U.S. Virgin Islands. And today we have another game to go over in the Stockfish Level 8 playlist. Guys, this is my round 4. My first game of the month of October in the year 2022. My follow-up against my September lineup of 3 draws against Stockfish Level 8. Guys, to give us this understanding of the strength of Stockfish Level 8, it's over 3,200. Okay, it defeats the chess.com maximum level 32, so we understand how strong Stockfish Level 8 is, guys. It is a very strong chess engine. Today we are going to prove that it's not strong enough to get the better of us again on day 4. And guys, in the first video we went over a white game with the Philidor defense. In the second video, a white game with the Russian defense. And in the third game, Scotch game, Benema defense, also with the white pieces. Guys, if you check out all the other videos in the channel, you'll see that I play with white pieces only against Stockfish Level 8. I will not play with black against Stockfish Level 8, the maxed out engine. Let's continue and go forward with what happened in this game. Well, guys, we see another e4, e5. And this was the first game I played today on October the 8th. Today is a lovely Saturday. Holy Sabbath. Had a beautiful day today. It's about 3:45, and I finished this game literally in about 30 minutes. It took me to solve. There were no takebacks played in this game. Let's go. I knew the best moves to draw, and I went right into another drawing line again. So guys, in my quest, my own personal quest as a young nobleman to seek the counsel to pervade this Stockfish Level 8 and to draw every time, for me, is pervading and conquering. So I will continue this endeavor as long as we can both shall see. e4, e5, knight 2, f3, and d6. Well, right into the Philidor defense again, just like round 1 that I had against Stockfish Level 8 in early September of this year. Straight up Philidor defense, plain and simple, black and white. And there is no expansion of modern variations or a lot of theory played in this opening, just straight chess, no main lines. Let's continue, guys. Plain Philidor defense again, just like round 1. Now we're going over it again on round 4. I decided to open up my device today and play one game against Stockfish Level 8 at around 4 o'clock today, guys. It's your host, Colin Heim. Guys, check out the other videos in the playlist, by the way. Check out the Olympiad playlist. Check out all the games from Connor Eichelman. Wonderful theoretical player in the Robosh system with black pieces, better known as the modern variations, guys. e4, g7, g6, d4, g7, g6, knight c3 or knight f3, bishop g7. And what Connor is doing is something that we all need to look at, guys. So check out those videos in the playlist. Check out my own personal games from the Lee Chess Arena, guys, covered in the Fritz Chess Base India. And let's continue with this game now. Knight to c3, bishop to e7, d4. Stockfish against me captures. E captures on d4, knight captures on d4, rook castle kingside, short castle c5. Now going after the pony here on d4, the developed pony. And now, guys, find the move that we need to play for white here. Find the best continuation. What's the best square to continue the course of the knight? It's f3, guys. Okay. So stamp that pony on f3 and we're good to go. Pick up the knight, drop her back. a7, a6, played by Stockfish Level 8, and here comes e5. Well, guys, e5. What do we do in this position with e5? Let's play with black here for just a moment. If we have black pieces in this position, what do we play? White is forcing you to capture in this position if you have black pieces. Okay, captures, queen d8, bishop d8, and Stockfish has a pretty comfortable position after knight captures on e5. So let's take it all back now. Switch up the board once more, a7, a6, and e5. D captures on e5, queen captures on d8, bishop recaptures on d8, and knight captures on e5. Well, 11 moves have been played in the game, and we have met 2 of the 3 basic criteria when goals that we would like to achieve against Stockfish Level 8, guys, is according to our previous videos, what we've come up with to get the better of this engine or not allow it to get the better of us on a given day when we just decide to open up our tablet or our device and say play the computer at the max level, and we play one game one time, no takebacks, and just draw. This is what we are learning to do in this playlist, guys, and if you're getting anything out of it, please stay tuned for more, and we're going to keep going at Stockfish Level 8 as much as we can for the eyes to see in the near future and beyond. Knight captures on e5, bishop to c7, and f4. f4 is the star move in this situation, guys. Not something like this. This isn't going to work out for a number of reasons. Stockfish can actually come up with a lot here now. There's quite a lot that can happen. Could plant the knight here. Well, now I can't take because this drops, and if I go here, it takes, and white's really having a hard time in that position, so we wouldn't want to go to that. Instead, f4 just played, and knight from b to d7, and guys, in this position, you have white pieces. I knew exactly what to play in this position after knight from b to d7 game, and it's not a mystery, guys. It's not too much to think of too critically. Do not go beyond your own instincts, guys. Just knight captures. What's one of the other rules that we talk about after we get the queens off the board? Well, we want to get as many minor pieces off the board. And notice how we have a very even pawn structure here for our team on the king side as well as the queen side. Yes, the c1 bishop has not been developed yet, and I do not have connected rooks. However, given this position, it is best just to takes, bishop d7, and rook to e1. Now b5, attacking the bishop, and now, guys, can we find what is maybe the best continuation for white? What does white want to continue with? Well, guys, if you found bishop to e2, that is a star move in the position. Congratulations. Bishop e2 is best. Notice how there is an attack here, and black has very excellent piece coordination, and white is about to have just as good piece of coordination. The only thing that makes black slightly better in this position and slightly favorable is the advancement of the pawns on the queen side. Rook from f2, e8, yes, and bishop to d2. Bishop to f5, now we see the threat after the finish of the piece development from white. Yes, c7 is the attack. Bishop to f5 on the c7 diagonal. Bishop to f3 is best. Guys, why did I play bishop to f3 in this position? Well, just simply attacking the rook on the long diagonal. Excellent if you guys found that. Good tactic. So finding more tactics against Stockfish Level 8 and giving Stockfish Level 8 a hard time and forcing an exchange of rooks on the e-file. Rook captures, 8 captures e1, and rook to d8, now going after the d2 dark squared bishop. Bishop to e3, no problem, saying, well, I'm going to threaten now the c5 pawn. The c5 pawn is under attack, and before we noticed that Stockfish had its eye on c7, like we mentioned and talked about in the previous before that line. c4 played now, and rook to d1 offering exchange, and what do you guys think that Stockfish played in this position? After I give you a couple seconds, let's look at it from Stockfish 8's perspective. Black Stockfish Level 8, and rook to d1, and yes, guys, if you found the move, just captures. Captures was played in the game, rook captures, bishop captures, and we still have c2 pawn covered and protected. Life is good. Let's switch the board up again and continue with the lecture. Bishop to d1, now comes b4, attacking c3 horse to e2. This is a perfect course for the knight. And like we talked about, guys, yes, in the endgame, black does have more advanced pawns. However, this is very easily to diffuse. This is not something challenging, as there is 3 against 3 head-to-head, so it is nothing to be afraid of. There's no way for the pawns to pass without me playing something like b3, for example. So knight to d4 is a continuation, just playing a move and now attacking Stockfish Black's bishop on f5. Bishop drops back to d7 and bishop to f3. Going back to f3 because now we don't have to defend on c7 anymore. Remember when the threat was here? Well, it's not being attacked anymore by the f5 bishop, so bishop to f3, now enhancing the line here Now it is white that is slightly better in this position, guys. So we are seeing the transposition of moves. Guys, in this position, white is slightly better, and it's a very beautiful thing. Rooks are off the board. Well, not just only that the rooks are off the board talking about material, but the initiative that white has and that black must face and that black is going to have a challenge against. H3 played by myself, king to f8, b3, like we talked about previously, c3, king to f2, king to e8, king to e2, g7, g6, more desperate g thrusts with the pawns by Stockfish level 8, bishop to c8, king to c4, bishop to a5, king to c5, and knight to d7 check, king to c6, and now creating a double attack against the c7 weakness square. That is black's weakest square, and the goal is to take from there. Now with the knight to b8 check against the c3 king, I must move backwards as I must still defend the attack from my opponent on the b5 square. So as a result, a repetition of moves was played after repeating the same line, throwing the check, having to go backwards as mentioned previously by cyborg relations. We must go back. Yes, we cannot take. So it was in this position that Stockfish repeated moves, and I claimed a threefold repetition, and the game was drawn half and half. Yes, I must continue to defend the b5 square from the attack on the a6 bishop, and that was the end of the game. So let's go back to the opening of this game. As in this position, the game was drawn half and half at move 34. e4 by myself, e5, knight f3, and in the e4, e5 line, Stockfish's number one choice in one random game was d6. I want to thank you guys for participating and watching. Colin Heim, guys, your local cyborg, and we will be back together with more on the other side. Best of luck with your chess against Stockfish level 8 and other words and other engines out there. Take care, and next time on the other side.